trust and faith she had in him, saying she was no longer an obedient. Now, she then said that Mr. Peter Obi reached out to her and that she was quite surprised and taken aback by his humility. Yes. And that, of course, swayed her and thought, then restored her faith in the obedient movement. Not only did he reach out to her, she offered to visit him as a non-VIP, but he said no, he was going to be in Abuja. He visited her. So this is what transpired. She detailed it in that article, and that shows to the extent of which she felt really honored by his visit to her.
Hello, my people. Welcome to today's update. A well-known obedient, DONU KOGBARA, has criticized the obedient family and the nature of his leadership, stating that she's no longer interested or being obedient. This story is making wave today. I want you to stay tuned and observe all that she has said. And please make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the like button, but this will enable us to bring more updates to your doorstep. Thank you. See you in our next video. Don't forget to drop your comment on the comment section on your observation from her reaction. But the big story today is she saying our mind or she saying her mind? Drop your opinion on the comment section.
The 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party has visited DONU KOGBARA, an international journalist who had criticized his leadership style in the wake of the gale of defections within the Labour Party, saying that she's no longer an obedient. KOGBARA spoke to Charles Anyogolu on Arise Prime Time.
PDP, I accuse Atiku of spending more time, all this manana, Dubai type of big man type of thing, not really effectively taking on the government. And I blame Peter most of all, because Peter was a shining star. And so many people committed themselves to him emotionally, myself included. I'm not an obedient anymore, to be honest with you, because he's such a disappointment. I mean, there's no aggression. The government is lousy. There's so many things this government is doing wrong. Contracts being awarded without due process. Economic collapse. Rampaging inflation. Widespread hunger and disillusionment. And, you never hear anything seriously punchy from Peter. He's too mild.
Yeah. Well,
you see,
he should go more for the jugular, basically.
He should go. He's got so much. There's so much he could go for, and he would get so much public support if he did. I'm not just speaking for myself, by the way. I'm speaking for hundreds of obedience, ex-obedience or current obedience who are really, really disappointed in him. We don't want a weak opposition leader. He's the star of the show. Atiku, PDP, they should also be doing more. But really, Peter is the star opposition player, and he's not doing well enough.
Well, there are a lot of reactions that trailed this particular comment, Ayo. But Peter Obi shared photos of his visit in a post on X with a caption. Having watched the interview with DONU KOGBARA on Arise TV and considering the concerns she raised, I felt it was important to visit her, as I have always maintained leadership and personal growth are deeply tied to the ability to listen, learn, and engage with a variety of perspectives. I sincerely thank her for the warm reception and useful discussion we had. These kinds of interactions enhance understanding and pave the way for constructive dialogue. All right, even this visit has, there's been mixed reactions with this visit. I mean, Peter Obi posted those photos. I thought it was good to see that, Peter Obi was able to go and visit his critic to find out what really is going on. And I believe that there was a post after this visit from Ms. KOGBARA saying that, she's now an obedient. Ayo, go ahead.
So Ms. KOGBARA has an article, a column in the Vanguard newspaper, a weekly column on Wednesdays called Donu's World. And she actually detailed her encounter with Peter Obi without going into the details of the conversation. She went back to talking about her interview with Mr. Anyogolu here at Rise TV, and how following that, Obedience Massive on X came for her and insulted her for her opinion, stating that she felt that Mr. Peter Obi could have done more as an opposition party, especially because of the kind of trust and faith she had in him, saying she was no longer an obedient. Now, she then said that Mr. Peter Obi reached out to her and that she was quite surprised and taken aback by his humility. Yes. And that, of course, swayed her and thought, then restored her faith in the obedient movement. Not only did he reach out to her, she offered to visit him as a non-VIP, but he said no, he was going to be in Abuja. He visited her. So this is what transpired. She detailed it in that article, and that shows to the extent of which she felt really honored by his visit to her. But the lessons here for me is a lot of people are too quick to respond to criticism or to people's opinion about certain things. There's nothing wrong with expressing an opinion, especially if you had a stake in it and it's for the good of the movement. A lot of times, any criticism, they come at you like a mob, and that's why they've been insulted, called fascist by, Mr. Wole Soyinka in many instances. Sometimes by doing that, they hurt the movement and the campaign more than the good that they're doing to it. That's what they did to one of them who just expressed her opinion as to the disappointment she felt. Mr. Peter Obi himself then went to her and said he appreciates constructive criticism. And I saw that a show of leadership and sportsmanship, and he said he was actually going to take some of the things she said on board, explained himself to her. I hope his followers take a leaf from this, and it's not everything that is an attack. Some opinions need to be aired for change and improvement, and that's what she did. Thankfully, she said she's now a proud obedient, but still a message to the people who came out to insult her for expressing an opinion. They have to be careful. It's a movement that was really powerful, but they need to ensure that it doesn't morph into this monster where people don't respect their opinion anymore because they just are a mob that's attacking people up or down.
Fantastic. Well said, Ayo. Well said. We'll take another story now. On Thursday, the Kaduna State Governor, Uba Sani, after the NEC meeting presided over by Vice President Kashim Shettima, said that many state governors support the establishment of state police. Uba Sani highlighted that the police, the army, and other relevant security agencies do not have enough personnel to cover all the states.
Of course, FCT is not a state, it's territory, and they explain why they have not submitted. They gave reason, but 36 states have all submitted their own position on the submission of state police. And I want to say it here clearly that most of us are in agreement for the submission of state police.
Well, Dr. Abati, it appears that the issue of state police has finally been given the attention that, has been called out for a while now. 36 state governors, I believe that Uba Sani has said that they've endorsed the state police movement, but also the issue of policing in Nigeria. Before I come to you, in the wake of that announcement, human rights activist Rinu Oduwola posted a video on X showing the brutal assault of an unidentified man by men of the Nigerian police force. This video might be disturbing for some viewers, so viewer discretion is advised. This is almost like the incident that occurred in America that caused that whole opera, the George Floyd assassination by the police, basically. We don't know the result of this incident. The man is still unidentified. We have played out this video so that the Nigerian police force will respond to this. But let me take a tweet from Vincent, who wrote, "I can never get over my fear of the Nigerian police. All my fear triggers are up. The moment I see them from a distance, my default engagement with them is to ensure I come out safe and alive. Really sad, to be honest." Dr. Abati.
Okay, very quickly. Look, there are two sides to the story. We don't know where this happened.
We don't know where it happened.
But under Section 173 of the Penal Code, resisting arrest is a misdemeanor. Under Section 197 of the Criminal Code, which applies in southern Nigeria, resisting arrest is also considered, a felony. I think the punishment is 2 years imprisonment. In other words, from the affected person's side, you are not supposed to resist arrest.
That was what happened with George Floyd. He was resisting arrest.
If you resist arrest, then you are pitting yourself against the law. You are obstructing the justice system, starting from the uniformed person's part. That's one part. So it's important for Nigerians to know that you are supposed to cooperate with law enforcement officers. You cited, was it 2 days ago, the example of a woman who was almost rough handling.
Rough handling, slapped and kicked
a federal road safety official. But on the other side, Section 4 of the Criminal Procedure Act also talks about procedure when you want to arrest somebody. Now, one, you must be in uniform. If you are not in uniform, the person that you are trying to arrest has a duty to ask you to identify yourself. That person, he or she, has a duty to ask you, why are you arresting me? You must explain why the arrest is being enforced. You are not allowed to impose unnecessary restraints. That's what that Section 4 of the Criminal Procedure Act says. Except the person is violent, or the person is trying to escape, or the person is behaving in any particular manner. And then the person can also ask you, which police station are you taking me to? In fact, if you tell the person this is your offense, whatever it is, the person can say, I will not say anything until I get my lawyer. Now, the problem with our law enforcement officials in Nigeria is that they don't know their own procedures. They think that once they wear that uniform, they can treat anybody anyhow. So you have this conflict between law enforcement agents and individuals who may have been engaged in certain infractions. The bigger problem, it seems to me, is a lack of trust in the state because our policemen have been behaving in a roguish manner. Isn't that what led to NSAS protests? Protests against police brutality? So the default position for the average Nigerian trying to be, that it's to be apprehended by the police, is to think that, oh, these brutal officers have come again. So, but on both sides, what we need to do is to rebuild that trust between law enforcement and the citizen. But citizens also have a duty to abide by the law. Those are the two sides in my view. You're
absolutely right with that issue. But then there's also the issue about rules of engagement with the police. Yes.
That's what I meant by procedure.
Yeah, rules of engagement I'm talking about. This is my main issue right now. What are they supposed to do when a citizen resists arrest? Are they supposed to behave in that manner?
And that's why I want to ask Dr. Abati, you quote law, couple of questions. I'm talking reality. You will see police will pick up people because they want to take money from them for no reason. So what is even the modus operandi of the arrest? That's just it.
That's the main point.
And is it because this man is alone?
Uncalled for.
You are talking
Those
about
men
2 years
in America were arrested.
You are talking about 2 years imprisonment for people that resist arrest. What about a former governor that resists arrest for close to a year in this country? What happened to him? That means where is the 2 years? Is that not because
they didn't handle him that
sometimes maybe I'll go and read law later in my life or quote because it's when you people quote this law. It's not reality.
No, let me just say there were 3 policemen to one man. Oh, there are 4 policemen.
If you check it, if you check that case now, it might be money. It might be money you want to collect from you.
It just shows like what the mistrust, the distrust that people have. So at night, if a police officer comes to you to come, you will run away.
It's money.
I understand the law, the position of the law that you should not resist arrest, but sometimes you are afraid. A lot of us have had encounters where it's because of money or because of a very flippant reason they call you. So
Christmas period, you are going out in the night. Almost over 95% of police officers is what you carry.
All right.
So the police needs to do something about it. They need to do something about it.
All right, we'll take another story now. Well said, you all. We'll take another story. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has released a new video on X, thanking German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier for his visit to Nigeria. Tinubu in the post stated that Nigeria plans to strengthen the relationship and build partnership that is fulfilling and rewarding to both countries. Let's take a look.
It is a great honor for me to welcome my friend and a partner, the German president.
Mr. President, welcome. Thank you for your kind invitation.
The bottlenecks that has been the bane of businesses in this country has been removed. We are aligning with good governance for quality and encouraging businesses to move faster.
We plan to strengthen the relationship and build partnership that is fulfilling and rewarding to the two countries.
All right, I love this. Like I said to you yesterday, great optics for Nigeria as well. It was a successful visit, a quick comment.
Very successful visit. We saw some of the outcomes. First of all, the meeting, closed-door meeting between the president, both presidents.
Yes.
And then, very importantly, out of this, aside from the cultural visit to Nika Gallery.
Oh, I love that cultural visit. Oh, that was my favorite.
The meeting with business leaders,
yes.
An opportunity for Germany and Nigeria to do business. When we have diplomatic visits like this, that's what each country is looking at. Yes. What is in it for us? What can we gain from this? What can we benefit from this? And there are a lot of areas where Nigeria and Germany can partner.
Yes.
Talked about the energy sector, talked about the manufacturing sector and other areas. And so President Tinubu has said Nigeria is open for business.
Yes.
So it's great to see this, and we're looking forward to what this visit would mean for businesses in Nigeria going forward.
Yes, I mean, I really enjoyed his comments when I was at the Nikkei Art Gallery on yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before?
2 days ago. Yeah.
2 days ago when we met with him, and he talked about the cultural ties, how long it dates back, and it's just amazing that till now we still share those bonds, which actually I didn't even know. I mean, it's great to see that. Well, all right. Congratulations to both presidents, President Tinubu and the President of Germany.